Now the plot for RoboCop is how a young officer named Alex Murphy gets into a huge accident, thus leaving him dismembered. So a company seizes the opportunity to put man and machine together and thus making RoboCop. Now, this is a remake of the 1987 movie under the same name. I haven't seen the original, so I'm not going to compare the movie to that. When it comes to a remake, a lot of people complain that the remakes are not usually as good as the original. And in all honesty, when you think about remakes, when is it ever as good as the original, if not better than the original? And if it is, it's very far and few between. So for me, when it comes to remake, the movie just has to be solid. And RoboCop is a solid remake. Now, this movie stars Gary Oldman, Michael Keaton, Samuel L. Jackson, and Joel Kinnaman as Alex Murphy. Now, definitely, when you bring something like RoboCop into the 21st century, you expect the CGI to be good compared to what it was in the 80s. And honestly, they actually make RoboCop look pretty cool, in my opinion. Now, I know a lot of people would complain that, oh, they changed the color of RoboCop. It's not faithful to the original. And honestly, I can live with that if it served the purpose for the story. And honestly, to the degree it does serve a purpose to the story. And fans of the original RoboCop will be pleased towards the end of the movie of what they did to the suit. Now, I thought Gary Oldman and Michael Keaton were solid in their performances because with a movie like this, with actors of that caliber, especially Gary Oldman, you really don't have to give your all into it. But they did, and it showed that they really actually were passionate about what they were doing for this movie. And Joel Kinnaman was actually pretty good as Alex Murphy, taking the role over for Peter Weller. Now, coming from an action junkie like myself, I really enjoyed the action in this movie. Was it far and few between? Somewhat. But for what they did, the action in the movie, I thought it was pretty solid. When it comes to a movie like this, I'm not looking for something that's deep or emotional. But it did have emotions to it. Not as well you say as a drama or a thriller or whatever. But for an action movie to have a little bit of emotion to it, I thought it did a pretty solid job. And now as far as flaws go about this movie, I thought the movie felt a little rushed as far as plot points. I thought they went into making him RoboCop a little bit too fast. I would have liked to have a little backstory as far as with his family, because they were actually playing that factor with his family. If you're going to play with that particular plot point, I thought you should establish it a little more at the beginning of the movie. But for what they did have, I was satisfied with it. Now this movie also reminds me a little bit of Elysium to an extent where the battle scene between the RoboCop and the antagonist. Now I'm not saying it's exactly like Elysium, but that final battle has similarities to Elysium. But other than that, I thought this movie was pretty solid. Going into this movie, I had a low expectation, but honestly, I had a fun time with RoboCop. Now I'm going to give RoboCop a strong 4 out of 5 stars. I thought, as far as the remake goes, I thought it was pretty solid. Now with that being said, if you've seen RoboCop, what did you think of it? Like it or hate it? How does it fare against the original movie? So if you like this review, please rate, comment, and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys on the flip side.